Instagram Stories Flash Briefing. I'm your host, Daniel Hill. Today we're getting into part 2 of the article, 5 Strategies Founders Nathan Chan Used to Generate Millions on Instagram. I want to actually get into the selling part of the article because one of the things that I've always sort of struggled with communicating is how people and businesses should sell on Instagram. I think of Instagram as a very fun platform. I go on there to take a break from work, to see what my friends are doing, to catch up on my friends and family's lives. I don't go on there to shop. You know where I go to shop? Amazon.com. However, Nathan in this article makes a really good point when it comes to understanding how to sell on Instagram. He says, as a business owner, you want to generate sales on Instagram while building goodwill. To do this, you need to balance content that promotes your product and service, which is selling, with content that helps educate, motivate, or entertain your followers. And he calls that value. And I 100% agree with that. I always say that entertaining is the best way to keep people interested and engaged in what you're doing, and educating them comes second. That's second most important. And then after that, motivation, and then finally selling. That's how I order them. He recommends when starting to use Instagram for your business, deciding what your goals are and what kind of content you want to post. You want to be consistent, obviously, but here's the quote I think is really good. Whatever you train your audience to expect when they first follow you, that's what they will expect forever. There's a lot of rationale behind that makes sense. If you watch your favorite TV show and say it's a drama show that's in a hospital, let's just say, and you watch it and you expect the same thing every week, and then all of a sudden you turn it on and it's a cooking show, you're going to be like, what happened? This is not what I want to see. This is not why I'm here. And that makes sense because as an audience member, you expect the same thing week after week. There's the same thing on Instagram. Accounts that you follow, they need to have the same kind of content. Not that you can't ever make minor shifts or take a little bit of a different tactic or approach over time. That's going to happen. But your audience is expecting a certain kind of content from you. That's why they followed you in the first place. So changing that kind of throws them for a loop. Not recommended. Small changes are okay though. The other point that Nathan makes in this article is that you have to set the expectation that you have something to sell. Even if some of your followers never buy, at least make it so they'll enjoy following your account. As you continue to provide value and educate your followers, eventually more of them will warm up and convert into sales. That makes total sense. I think it's a great way to say it because not everyone is going to be a buyer just because they follow you. That's it for today's flash briefing. Was this helpful to you? If you can do me a favor, go on Amazon.com, Amazon.co.uk, or Amazon.ca and just leave me a brief review of this flash briefing. It will help other people to find it and they will be able to benefit from this content as well. Thanks for listening.